Major support for Do the Math has been provided by Chevron, the Kern County Superintendent of Schools, Edison International, Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, California Resources Corporation, Bakersfield West Rotary Stroop Family Foundation, Panama Buena Vista Union School District, Bakersfield City School District, and the Kern High School District, with additional production assistance provided by these supporters of education in Kern County and throughout the state of California.
Today at the Great Kern County Fair, and I have a lot of kids with me. You guys excited to be at the fair today?
Yeah!
Okay, so today what we're going to be doing is guessing, taking an estimation of how many shapes you think are inside this bucket. Do you guys all have an idea of how many you think are inside the bucket?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a piece of paper each, okay? Oop, let me take that one. Each get one, and what you're going to do is you're going to write down your guess. So we're going to start here with the pencil. Write down your guess. Here, I'm going to give one to everybody. Oh, grab that for me. There you go. There you go. Do you need one of these? You need one of these? I need a couple more real quick. There we go. You're going to take, who else needs one?
Here, I'll hold this.
You need one? There you go. And I need one more. Does she want one too? All right. Okay, so take your guess. You guys have your guess? How many do you think are inside the bucket?
400.
Why? What are you basing your guess on?
Because it's halfway full and I see a lot of shapes.
Okay. All right, what do you think is in there?
My guess is 200
Why?
because most of the time 200 shapes will fit to the exact height of that.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna move down. Eden, what do you think?
254.
Okay, and what are you basing your guess on?
Because it's not completely full, it's like a quarter of. Like, all from the top, it's like a quarter of.
Okay. Were you gonna take a guess too?
the number. Thank you.
And what do you think?
254.
200, you guys are both going together? Oh my goodness. What are you basing yours on then?
Because it looks almost 300, but not quite.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
What are you guessing down there? What number is that?
200.
200? How did you pick 200? I don't know.
Because it's half full.
Wow. Here, I'm going to hold that for me, okay? And what do you think?
100.
100. And what made you guess 100?
Because there's a lot in there.
Yeah, okay, we're going to find out. We're going to pass the pencil over. What do you think? We have 200, we have 254, we have 100. What do you think your guess is going to be?
210.
210. Wow. And what made you guess 210?
Because if it's not 300, it could be 210.
Very good. Okay, moving on. What do you think? He says 210. She says 100. They say 254. What do you think?
Maya.
I see a 200 too. What do you think?
I think that
211. My goodness. And sir, what do you think? I see a number right there. Do you know what number that is?
80.
80. Do you like that number or do you want to go higher? You like that number? Yes? Okay. Did I miss anybody? Did I get everybody? Do you want to take a guess, kiddo? All right. How many do you think are in this bucket? How many shapes? Get it closely.
I am.
What did you get? 155. My goodness, we have a lot of great guesses. All right, everybody. You are gonna have to tune in a little bit later, check back to find out who is the closest or who is right on guess. We are back at the Great Kern County Fair, and I am with Michael Compton of Willamette Valley Pie Company.
Nicely done. You pronounced it perfectly. You did a good job.
How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Good.
Excellent.
You have the cutest little booth.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about your product?
Sure. So we basically have fresh pies and cobblers that we make, all with fresh fruit that we bring from the Willamette Valley up in Oregon. This is it's kind of a labor of love. It's something that my wife, with her grandmother, who just recently passed away, 94 years old, it was just something she did as a kid. And we always wanted to have a food concession. We had other concessions like rides. This just was the natural progression. And what we really wanted to do was go back to that old-fashioned food that fairs used to have. Not deep fried, not on a stick. Fresh pie. This is what fairs were about, baking, the community, the people coming together, and that's where it kind of got started.
And how long have you guys been doing this?
So this part of our concessions business for about 6 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many? Because do you just do fairs, or do you have other?
No, we just do fairs. That's only we want to bake for 6 months, and then when we're done baking, we don't want to bake. So we do about 36 shows a year.
36 shows in 6 months?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So like right now, when we left in July, we go 92 days straight. We go from one show, like when we leave here, we'll tear down on a Sunday night. Monday, we're gonna drive to the next show, start to set the trailer up. Tuesday, we'll finish setting up. Wednesday, we'll do all of our shopping and baking. Thursday, we're open again.
So how do you estimate, because fairs run about 2.5 weeks.
Right.
How do you estimate for how much product you're gonna need for each place?
A lot of it now, we're in year 6 and we keep spreadsheets of everything. I'm a numbers guy, I'm a spreadsheet freak. So everything that we sell, I put into a spreadsheet. So I'm able to go back, look at it, analyze it, go, okay, well this is what we did last year. Figure every year we've kind of grown a little bit, so we add a little bit to it. And then what we do is we produce that ahead of time and we bring it. And I usually bring way more. In the middle of the year, I can get away with it because I can bring plenty of stuff. I have a big freezer truck, but I've only got so much room too. But that's how I do it. It's just historical data that we just reevaluate.
Okay, so I have some ladies here, and this is Eden.
Hi, Eden.
Eden, do you have a question for Michael?
How many pies do you make for the whole entire week?
Yeah, so for this fair, wow, that's a really good question. And what's funny is now I don't think in numbers of pies, I think in cases now of pies. But I would say 20, 30 times 4 is 120 times 5. You know what? I'll bet you we do almost 1,000 pies. Yeah, and that's just counting our big pies that we make these slices out of. Then we've got all these little mini pies. So to give you an idea, we've already gone through 36 cases of 12 of just this one pie in the first 5 days of this fair, 6 days of this fair. So I've still got another 6 days to go. So yeah, we do a lot of pies. Overall, we probably do close to 5,000 pies. Between the pies, the cobblers, and the turnovers, 5,000 units.
Here alone in
Yeah. And then on top of that, my lovely wife, she home makes, everything is homemade, but she makes these cookies. And think about that. She's making cookies every day. We went through, I think, almost 150 cookies of just the chocolate chip on Saturday. So yeah.
And we're going to meet your wife here in a second.
Absolutely.
Olivia, did you have a question?
Yeah. What's your most popular pie and why is it your most
That's a
popular?
really good question. So one of the most popular things that we have is peach cobbler. I would guess it's probably because it's just a traditional thing that people really like. But the other one that we're really popular is in our pies, Marionberries.
Is that specialty, though, to your region?
Yeah, so the Marionberries actually were developed in the Oregon State University in 1946. The first test beds of these were in Marion County, Oregon, hence the name Marionberry. So down here, it's a real, treat. It's a novelty for you guys. Up in Oregon, we have them all over the place. But when you go to Georgia, what do you get? You got to get a peach, yeah.
Yes.
You come to Oregon, you get a Marionberry, or we don't let you back in the state again.
Well, I know, like in, is it Cambria, the lullaberries?
The lullaberries, yeah. So the Marionberry is actually the crossbreeding of the lullaberry and a Chehalem blackberry. Those two berries together are what make the Marionberry. So there you go.
And it's a specialty for us.
There it is.
Lacey, do you have a question? One last question?
Can you give me an estimate about how many utensils that you have?
Utensils? Is that so? Are we talking about single-use utensils or the utensils that we use every day inside the trailer? Inside the trailer. So in there, Unfortunately, we don't have a lot. So we've got 6 different kinds of pies. So there's probably about 6 or 10 utensils for that. It's a little bit of knives. So I would say on average, maybe a total of 50 items that we use constantly. Yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna go take a look inside and
Outstanding.
see all the working behind.
Yes.
All right, so stay with us. It smells amazing. How are you doing?
Well, thank you.
Can you let everybody know what your name is?
My name is Stephanie Compton.
Okay, Stephanie, so you guys been doing this for 6 years.
6 years.
Now, did
yes.
it all start with your grandmother?
Well, I used to be a dental hygienist. That's how I met Michael. I cleaned his teeth, and then I joined him on the road. And we used to have rides at the time, so I worked the rides like the rock wall and the bungee and the walk on water balls. And I decided that I wanted to start something that was a little more, that felt like me. And my grandma definitely influenced that because she taught me how to bake, and was really into gardening and all that good stuff.
So he handles the front.
He handles the front.
you're back here.
Yeah, yes.
So when do you start cooking?
So I start cooking about 5 hours before the start of fair, and I also do baking in the evening as well because we have so many items and I only have one oven, so I have to bake them at different times because they can't all go in the oven at the same time, and they are at different temperatures and different times. So like the big pies need to be in at 330 degrees, where the turnovers need to be at 400 degrees. So it takes a lot of time.
So because everything is so little and everything looks amazing and smells amazing, what is the biggest thing when you know I need to get baking, I need to get something in the oven? What's your clue?
I guess I just, from doing it for so long, I know because Michael keeps a spreadsheet of what we've done in past years. So I know that, so today we did a certain dollar amount. And I know that we did 60 servings of peach cobbler. And I only have 20 servings left. So I need to get more peach cobbler in the oven so I have enough for the night. Same thing with turnovers or cookies. I make cookie dough ahead of time and I put it in the refrigerator. So then if I'm getting low on cookies, I can pop some in the oven and have fresh cookies.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate letting us come in and visit. Thank you, and best of luck.
Thank you.
It smells amazing, and I'm sure it tastes just the same.
Oh, yes.
Thank you
You're
again.
welcome.
We are back at the Great Kern County Fair, and right now we're situated in the Firefighters Association area. And again, I am with my 3 co-hosts today, and I'm going to have each one of you guys let everybody know who you are, what grade you're in, and what school you go to.
Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm in 8th grade and I go to Freedom Middle School.
Hi, I'm Eden. I'm in 5th grade and I go to Patriot. Hi, I'm Lacey. I'm in 3rd grade and I go to Patriot.
Okay, ladies, so at the beginning of the show, we had a whole bunch of kids guess how many shapes are in the bucket, right? So let's go ahead. Here's the guesses. We had 12 kids guess. Can you guys put these in order for me from least on this side to greatest over here? Can you do that for me? Okay, go ahead.
This one?
Yeah.
100, 200, 210, or there's another 210.
So we can just put them on top of each other. There's 100.
Well, all of them have to show. So what are you gonna do to have all of them show?
All done?
All done?
Wait.
Let's double check for me, you guys. Double check. Always double check your work.
100, 155, 200, 200, 210, another 210. Nope. 211, 254, another 254, 430,000, 301,001.
Okay, wow. So we have a big range of numbers. So when we're talking measures of central tendencies, a range is going from the smallest number to the largest. So what is our smallest number?
80.
Okay. What's our largest number?
301,001.
So it's 300, 1,001.
1,001.
All right. So we have our smallest number, we have our largest number. What do you think is the number in the middle? How do we find, I'm gonna ask you, Olivia, okay, how do we find our number in the middle? What's a trick we could use to find out what is the number in the middle? Which is called the median, okay?
You can take all your numbers and count how many numbers you have and then divide them by 2.
Okay, what's another way, because we have the numbers in front of us and they're movable. So what do you think is another quick way we could use?
And like split them up into groups.
Okay, so how many total numbers were there again, ladies? 12. What's half of 12? Because you talked about splitting the numbers in half. What's half of 12? 6. So let's count in 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, now let's count in 6 this way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So both of these, this is the middle, right?
Yeah.
But these are both the
Same.
because they're both the same. What's my number in the middle then?
210.
What is it?
210.
It's 210. Because they're the same number, they're the middle number because actually it's what comes between 210. But they're the same number. So if I were to add these up and divide them by 2, would I still get 210?
Yes.
Yes, right? So our median is 202. We know our smallest number, the least is 80, our greatest is 301,001. Now, the mean is the average number. So if we added all of these numbers up and divided it by,
2.
not 2, how many numbers are here?
12.
12. So you add up all your numbers and you divide it by how many are in the set, which is
12.
we actually are going to get our mean, our average guess of 224. That's a lot different. 224 falls right about here. That's a lot different than what we actually see as our median, our middle number for our guesses. So, but let's talk about this number here. That is a really large number, isn't it? So if we pulled that number out, okay, would this make a better estimate of what's happening here?
Maybe.
Yeah. What about this? Could we pull that out?
Yeah.
Do you think that that's too low? Okay, so we can pull that out. So our middle number, is it going to change now?
Yes.
Well, let's count. How many numbers do we have now?
10.
So what's half of 10?
5.
So count in 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Count in 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Did our median change?
No, it did
No,
not.
but you know what? Our average, our mean will change if we add them all up because we pulled those out. So our mean would. So before we give our answer, because actually in here there is a correct answer, if we asked more students, more than 12, because we have a large crowd here at the fair, right?
Yeah.
Do you think our median would change? Why?
Because you're adding more numbers to it, so it would make it larger.
Would it make it a larger set? So do you think that larger crowds, you would have a better estimate of people getting the correct answer?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, you guys ready to find out what the answer is? And I bet everybody at home is watching. Okay, give me a drum roll, please. The correct answer is?
254.
And we had 2 people who guessed 254. All right. So that's it, ladies. Did you have fun today? Thank you so much for joining me here at the fair. I had a great time with you. And I think I am going to go back and get me some pie. Okay?